Hello guys, Lux here from Stoic Crypto Investing. Today we talk about Michael Saylor and why he is so overly invested in Bitcoin and why he actually believes that Bitcoin is the future. And here we have his X profile, and you can really see he's really invested in Bitcoin and he has posted a lot about it. And Michael Saylor is not just a person. He is very successful in the MIT space. He has a high degree there. He's an entrepreneur, has had a lot of success. And when he says he believes in Bitcoin, then it probably has a reason, because he would not just choose to go in this direction without a purpose. And that's what I want to show you today, why that's actually the case. And to understand that exactly, we gotta understand how Michael Saylor actually invests. And for that, I have a video prepared. It's a long interview with Benjamin Cowan. He has a popular YouTube channel, and here he talks exactly with him what investing means to him, and then you really can feel the value. When he actually says, I invest in Bitcoin and I promote it, what that actually means.
There's different types of diversification. Obviously, there's the intra-asset class and then inter-asset class, and obviously you were speaking about inter-asset class among, precious metals, stocks, bonds, real estate. It's certainly easy in 2021 to make the case that Bitcoin's giving you the best returns, and it is. I mean, I spend my YouTube channel is focused on quantitative analysis, showing you why Bitcoin has been such a great tool, as long as your horizon is more than like a year or two. Because if you go back and look, there's plenty of times when Bitcoin performed really poorly for more than a year at a time. If you go back,
how can you even call yourself an investor if you don't have a 10-year time horizon?
So now that's the first big statement that he makes. Like, usually when somebody thinks about investing, he thinks about 1, 2, or 5 years at the max. And then here Michael Saylor comes in and says, you're not an investor when you are not ready to invest for at least 10 years.
So,
if you have a 4-year time horizon is short, a 10-year time horizon is reasonable. Warren Buffett says infinite, forever is the right time horizon. If you're saying your time horizon is a year, you're not an investor, you're a gambler.
So guys, here you can obviously see that Michael Saylor only invests in the long term, and his crypto investing, his Bitcoin investment is most probable going to be for infinity. He believes like that Bitcoin is the future and it's going to be great. It's also the reason why he pushes it that much. And now I'm to show you a clip where it shows why Michael Saylor believes Bitcoin is actually a good investment and why it is a good investment. And here I have a popular interview with Patrick Bet-David on his podcast, and he will explain exactly why Bitcoin is that good.
It used to be Americans thought they could trust American banks. Now they're realizing that they can't trust American banks. So the first order impact of the banking crisis is people think, well, maybe the money I had in the bank's going away, and so I ought to put it in a bank in cyberspace that isn't controlled by the government or by the bankers, and that's Bitcoin. The second order impact is the solution to the banking crisis is print more dollars. And if you print more dollars, the actual monetary inflation rate goes 10%, 15%, 20%. So you think, why do you think those bonds crashed? Because they're actually claims on dollars. Do you really want to hold $1 billion of Zimbabwe dollars? What if I offered you 10 billion Zimbabwe dollars? I mean, the answer is it's going to a nickel. Okay, so if the paper currency keeps crashing, then you can't own anything that's currency related. You can't own a currency derivative. You need to own something that politicians can't print more of. Okay, well, that's oil. That's land. But the problem is, try hauling 100,000 barrels of oil from where you are to London, where you want to be. How are you going to do that? I'll give you $1 billion of land in Central Africa, and then someone takes over with machine guns and declares that everyone with large amounts of land now loses it. That happened in Zimbabwe. You're going to pick up the land on your back and carry it to France? So it's simple. If people lose faith in the banks, they lose faith in the currency. When they lose faith in the currency, they lose faith in the government. When you lose faith in the bank, the currency, and the government, and someone says, what can you trust? The answer is you can trust Bitcoin because you can custody your own asset, you can run your own node. And at the end of the day, even if the Chinese want to shut it down, they can't. If the Russians want to shut it down, they can't. If any nation state wants to shut it down, they can't. If the US wanted to shut it down, they can't. And so everybody wants something that they can trust that is beyond the reach of a corrupt politician, a corrupt corporate executive, or they don't have to be corrupt. They can just be well-meaning, trying to do the right thing in a misguided fashion and meddling with your economic life.
So now you can actually see the exact reason why Michael Saylor likes Bitcoin that much, because he just wants to put his money somewhere that has a future, because all he sees around him is that the politicians print more money, the currency gets inflated, and we can't really trust them because they can literally take your money away. And all of that, the solution, in his opinion, is Bitcoin, because it's an independent system, it can't be hacked, and you can send it everywhere with little to no effort and large sums of money.